Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life. In You Bet Your Life.
Brought to you by Prom Home Permanent.
New Creamy Prom, the only home permanent that beauty treats your hair as it waves.
And White Rain.
White Rain, the safer, milder shampoo because it contains no sulfated detergent. And now, the one, the only...
Well, here I am again with a chance for each of our couples to win $2,000. And it's even possible somebody might walk out of here with $10,000. Ducky, come down there. This is the secret word, and if anybody says it during the next half hour, Ducky will immediately pay him $100. Okay, Duck, on the lamp. What is the female of Duck, do you know?
No, the male is Drake. I guess Duck, I don't know.
Drake is a hotel, isn't it? What is the female of Duck? Isn't there a farmer in the audience? Duck? I think it'd be something more than that, wouldn't you?
You would, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to lay anything here tonight. That's pretty evident. All right, George, who's first for prom?
Well, Groucho, before I introduce the first couple, I'd like to say that the charming lady from Tusa, Italy, Bettina Consolo, is here again tonight, and she'll be out here later in the show to see what kind of a plot you've cooked up for her.
Good work, George, and since she's a good cook, I trust she has something cooked up for me, too.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised that she has. Right now, though, I'd like you to meet our first contestants. They're Carol Yost and Emmanuel Klein. So, folks, you go in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to Your Bet Your Life. Say the secret word, and you each get an extra $50. It's a common word, something you find around the house. Carol Yost and Emmanuel Klein, eh? Well, they always say age before beauty, so who will I talk to first? What do you think? Carol, how old are you?
29.
29. And Mr. Klein, what is your age?
77.
Oh, well, you're a fine-looking lad for 77. Should I call you Emmanuel, or do you have a nickname?
Uncle Manny, I'm called by most everyone.
Uncle Manny?
Yeah, yes.
Oh. Uncle Nanny or Uncle Manny?
Manny.
Oh, I thought perhaps you were a goat.
Oh, I think you're trying to get my goat here. Huh? Okay, you're fine there.
I don't know what I would do with your goat if I had it, man.
Well, you might be kidding me.
Oh. Oh, say, you're pretty sharp there, aren't you? Huh? Where are you from, Manny?
I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio, February the 15th, 1880.
1880, huh? Now, Carol, where are you from?
I'm from Getty, South Dakota. And then we moved to Pekin, Illinois, and finally settled in Los Angeles.
No, Pekin, that's where Luella Parsons comes from. Did you know
Oh,
that?
really? No.
Yes, you did. You're married, I assume, huh?
Yes, I am.
How did you meet your husband, man?
Well, he was in with the young group that my aunt was in. They were all sort of dating together, and she took me down to the little cafe where they always met, introduced me to him, and he swung around on the stool and smiled at me, and I just went overboard about him.
You went overboard? Was this on a boat?
No.
Well, you sound like you were really sold on this fellow, huh?
Oh, I was.
Are you just as mad about him today as you were then?
Well, it's pretty hard to be mad about anybody after 11 years, especially after you hear him snoring.
Would you like to cure him of snoring?
I certainly would.
Well, have you tried holding his head underwater for about 12 hours? You know, we had a woman on the show one time who had a cure for snoring, and it really worked.
Oh, what was
Would
that?
you be interested in hearing?
I'd love to hear it.
She said when her husband went to bed at night, she strapped an orange in the middle of his back, and every time he rolled over and started to snore, he felt this orange, and he was uncomfortable, and he'd roll back on his stomach again. And a friend of mine tried that on her husband, and at the end of a year, her husband was still snoring. But she had 112 gallons of orange juice. You believe this, Manny?
I believe it.
Tell
us another.
Huh?
Tell us another.
Are you implying that I'm lying, Manny?
No, sir, no. Just stretching the truth, that's all.
You know, we have a quiz later where it's conceivable that you might win some money. I want you to remember that, because I'm just as crooked as you are. Are you retired?
No, sir, I'm in business for myself. I've been in business for myself all my life, excepting 5 years. I'm in the antique business.
You're in the antique business?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you have any other interests aside from antiques?
Yes, I happen to be a jingle advertising man.
Oh.
I took that up 7 years ago with a 5th grade education, and I'm not afraid to say I'll challenge anyone in the country, regardless of their education, to beat me for speed and originality.
You write jingles for
I do.
advertising, and in spite of that, you've lived 77 years?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, what kind of customers do you have for your advertising
Why,
jingles?
mostly professional people. I write a little advertising jingles. As a matter of fact, if you'd like, I'd be glad to write you one right now.
Well,
Sure,
I'm not that eager, but could you give us an example of a jingle that increased somebody's business?
Yes, sir. Well, the first one I wrote was for a plumber. I do not write any fiction. Everything I'm repeating is I don't have to remember because it's the truth.
Is this the
first-
poem?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, that doesn't rhyme, what you just said.
Well, just a minute now. Just a minute, boy. After all, I'm older than you are. You got to respect me for my age. Now, just a minute. The first one was read like this here. If your plumbing
It
is
isn't
bad...
often we get anybody on the show that can say that.
If your plumbing is bad and you looked all over town, take up your receiver and phone L.Z. Brown. Now, if you like another one...
You know, that jingle sort of fits a plumber.
Oh, sure.
It even gives me a wrench, that thing.
Sure that...
Carol, what do you think of Edgar Allan Klein here, the Jingle King?
Well, it's all right, but I think maybe I'm just a little bit overly critical. I write verse myself.
You're a poet, too? Manny, run for your life. Well, this is surely more than just a coincidence. It's a calamity. Is that why Fenneman teamed you two together, because you're both poets?
I guess so.
Well, Carol, do you ever get paid for your poems, or is yours free verse?
No, I write for the Los Angeles Mirror News. They're in 3 times a week.
Oh, well, that's very impressive.
And now they're being syndicated by the Mirror Enterprises Syndicate around the
And
world.
do you phone them in the morning and say the verse is yet to come? Well, it's like Shakespeare said, Carol. If you've time on your hands and your poetry's fine, pick up the receiver and phone Mr. Klein. Carol, let's find out some more about your poetry. What do you write about?
Well, I write about the children and
Your
my
chil-
husband.
you have children?
Yes, and my husband and myself.
Could you give us one about your husband?
Well, most of my favorites are a little insulting to my husband, so
Uh-huh.
I'll pick out another one.
All right, pick one out that isn't too drastic.
I like Knighthood in Flower.
Oh, so do I. But give us the poem anyhow, huh?
He's lost a lot of gallantries he used in courting days, like opening a door for me or helping in small ways. Now, when I go out to the car, I find he's gone before and settled down behind the wheel while I close my own door. When we were wed, he said, no more would I do things alone. I never knew he meant to build me muscles of my own.
Well, that was very good, Carol. You say he always gets in the car ahead of you?
Well, you know, after 11 years.
Yes. Well, no.
Saves time.
That isn't a lack of gallantry, Carol.
No, but you
he
have
does it for a very good reason. He's probably seen you drive, and he wants to get to the wheel first. Now, I'd like to continue this, but we've got to get down to the serious business, which is winning money. Just as soon as George Fenneman takes 30 seconds for Gentle White Rain.
What's good for washing dishes and clothes is not necessarily good for washing your hair. The fact is, most leading shampoos contain some sort of sulfated detergent. But Gentle White Rain shampoo contains no sulfated detergent at all. Its active cleansing agent is 3 times milder. White Rain gives hair gentle care, leaves it soft, easy to manage, sunshine bright. White Rain, the gentle lotion shampoo containing no sulfated detergent.
We're going to play You Bet Your Life. You selected the dictionary quiz. Are you very good at this, Manny?
Well, fairly good.
I'll ask you some questions. If you miss 2 in a row, you're out. If you get 4 in a row right, you win $1,000. Could you give us a short poem, George?
No, I don't think I could.
What about the dog stood on the railroad track. He didn't hear the whistle. Toot, toot, sausages. How's that?
Wonderful.
We used to use that in our school act about 35 years ago. What is a cartographer, I guess? C-A-R-T-O-G-R-A-P-H. Map maker.
Oh.
Omar the map maker. You don't have to go any further.
You have 1 right, 3 more right, and you'll have $1,000.
What is a lapidary?
One that cuts stones.
Did you discuss this with her? It's right, but you see how dangerous this is? She might have said something else. She might have said a lapidary is where a secretary sits. While she's milking a cow, it's a lapidary.
You have two right now. You're halfway to $1,000.
All right, now, talk it over now. What is an anchorite? A-N-C-H-O-R-I-T-E. A-N-C-H-O-R-I-T-E.
N-T-H?
A-N-C-H-O-R-I-T-E.
I'm afraid we don't know.
Well, it's a hermit or a recluse.
Oh,
Well, you have one wrong now. Don't get the next one wrong, or you're out of the game.
All right, what does salubrious mean? S-A-L-U-B-R-I-O-U-S.
Happy and healthy.
That's close enough. Healthy or wholesome is right.
Well, you're back on the right track. You have one right now.
What's the word for a trench usually filled with water that you find around an old castle?
moat.
Moat is right. Manny, Moat, and Jack.
Two more right, you'll have $1,000.
What is a samovar?
It's a Russian teapot.
A Russian teapot is right.
One more right, and you'll have your $1,000.
All right, what is the word for the sash or band that men wear instead of a vest?
A cummerbund.
Cummerbund is right.
And you got four in a row, and you have $1,000.
Well, we can't do that.
Thank you, much, Doctor.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute.
Okay.
You won $1,000. You can keep it in quid, or you can come back later at the end of the show and try to double your money. You may even get a crack at $10,000. So go over there and think about it, and no matter what you decide to do, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Groucho.
Okay, all right. He says that if I ever need any jingles, he'll be glad to write them for him free. He's got thousands of them.
Yes, right.
Could you give us one offhand before you leave? Give us one about me, about Fenneman, huh? George.
Let's see just a minute.
George.
George is hard to rhyme.
No, it isn't, no. If you sit down at a table for a royal gorge, if you look at the heaviest eater, it'll turn out to be George. That'll teach you not to fool around with a master.
That's right, that's right. Goodbye, good luck.
Goodbye and goodbye, George. I've had enough of you, too.
You're welcome.
Hey, man, he's not easy to get rid of, this guy.
So, as we promised, our friend from last week, Bettina Consolo, is back here to see you again.
Fine, send her in.
There
Well, look at this.
Hello, Groucho, how are you?
Wow.
That's my promise. That's my promise.
Looks like two bath mats. Are you sure this is a pizza?
That's a pizza.
Oh, well, it looks wonderful.
This got
No.
a salsiccia italiana.
It's got a what?
Salsiccia italiana.
Oh, and what does this got?
And this mozzarella e anchovy, delle calecche, delle lilagnenze,
well, you...
and cheese,
Cheese, huh?
and a dog.
And a dog?
And a dog.
There's a dog inside of one of these.
Oh, no, it's a dog. Flower dog.
Oh, I thought you said a dog. I thought you
No.
meant a chow. Because we're going to have chow later. Now, well, you fooled me. I thought they were hubcaps.
Well, before you know, you got to warm it up in the oven.
Well, thanks. It's just what I've always wanted, Bettina.
Nice, a glass of wine or glass of beer. They go just nice.
You supply the wine, too, Bettina?
Yeah, I think it's the best. Make you a nice roasted chick.
George, I hate to have you do these kind of menial jobs. Would you put these in my dressing rooms
I'd be very happy to.
and alight my physician, will you? Have him standing by. Well, Bettina, you know why we brought you back here. Have you found a husband yet? You know,
No.
last week you said you were looking for a man who had never been in jail.
Nobody yet.
You haven't found anybody.
No.
Well, I have a surprise for you. We have located a man for you.
Wonderful.
Well, don't get carried away now.
No.
I don't know how anxious he is to get married.
That's all right. We'll find out.
I don't know anything about him. All I know is he's not married.
That's it.
George, will you send out the pigeon? I mean the bridegroom? Here he is. Here is your dream man. Welcome to You Bet Your Life.
That is good.
If you say the extra secret word, you get an extra $50. And a pizza pie. It's a common word, something you find around an Italian restaurant. Well, what is your name, sir?
Oreste Seragnoli.
Oreste Signorari?
Seragnoli.
Signorari, huh?
Seragnoli.
Selanori. Well, I'm Groucho Marx, and this little kid here is Bettina Consola.
I'm very glad to meet you.
Just call her a baby doll.
Baby doll.
Now, Bettina, I think we should find out a few facts about him. Don't you think so? He may have a record a mile long.
That's right.
Now then, where are you from, Mr. Seragnoli?
I am
Norway?
from Bologna.
And you came from Bologna?
Not Bologna. Bologna.
Bologna, huh?
Yeah.
And you're not married?
No, never married in my life.
This doesn't seem like a very likely subject, does it? How old are you?
Well,
And if you feel like lying a little, don't hesitate. Huh?
no, I don't hesitate.
No, how old
I
are
am 73.
How old a man did you say you were looking for, Bettina?
Well, around 60 or 65.
65.
Mm-hmm.
It's too late for me then.
Bettina, we've got to prove to Oreste that you'd make a better wife than a lot of other women who are looking for husbands. In your opinion, what do other wives do wrong?
Oh, a lot of things.
Well,
Gotcha.
what, for example?
A lot of things. They don't know about to spend the money.
What else do they do wrong besides
They
wasting their husband's money?
A lot of things.
Bum housekeepers?
Yes, a bum housekeeper, and then stay on the phone all the day long, and they don't get about the house. Huh?
They stay on the phone all day?
Stay on the phone and talk to all the friends. What are they doing? Where are we going? What are we going to do tomorrow? What are we going to do tonight? And all the things, and talk. And the husband coming home in the night, they find all a mess all over the place.
Bettina, you've certainly been in a lot of American homes. Now, suppose you were married to Oreste. Now, this is just a hypothetical case, you know.
All right.
I mean, this isn't a fact. We're just building this now.
Fine.
Now, suppose he came home late some night. Would you ask him where he'd been?
Oh, yes, that's the first thing I'm going to ask her. I want to know where they've been, why they're coming home late. If I wait all the day alone in the home, cooking, clean the house, if everything is ready for my husband when they're coming home in the night,
What would you say?
Where you been all the day? I wonder.
I will talk with some friend of mine. You know, everyone, see?
How is it you never got married, Oreste?
Well, I tell you the truth.
That isn't
I
necessary,
like
but
to
go
be
ahead.
free.
What's that?
See, I like to be free.
Free?
All my life. See, I come in this country for few months. See, it's 34 years I am here. Why, I find out this is the most beautiful country in the world.
Well,
to be free.
That's no reason to remain single. Why didn't you ever get married?
I told you before.
No, you just
The
said
reason. I say why I like to be free, to go everywhere where I like, without asking my wife, to anybody.
Bettina, would he have to ask you if he wanted to go out in the evening to the racetrack or something?
Well, and she says, you want to be free? Let us stay free.
You... Well, Oreste, don't you want to have any children? Don't you like children?
I like it very much.
You like children?
Absolutely. I adore children. Plenty. But not mine.
Bettina, could you come back next week?
Sure, anytime.
We'll have another fellow. Now, Oreste's a nice fellow, but obviously he's not interested in you. He is a woman hater. He's a misanthrope.
No, I don't hate you.
No, you're a misanthrope if I ever saw one.
I told you.
Isn't he a misanthrope, Bettina?
Yeah, I think it's all.
Well, let's see how smart Oresty is. He's going to play You Bet Your Life. Now, Bettina, how much did you win last week?
We went broke.
You didn't win anything?
No.
You went for broke?
Yeah.
Well, maybe Oresty can win something for you, and you help him whenever you can, huh? All right?
I hope so.
Okay, let's go
That's
now.
all.
You picked Royal Capitals. Are you good at this, Oresty?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you some questions. If you miss 2 in a row, you're out. If you get 4 in a row right, you win $1,000. Ready? All right. What is the capital of Cuba?
Cuba?
Big city.
Cuba? Let's see. I know. I wrote that. Cuba. Oh, okay. Havana.
Well, that's right, Havana.
Have 1 right, 3 more right, and you'll have $1,000.
All right. What is the capital of Denmark?
Denmark, Copenhagen.
Copenhagen is right.
2 more right, and it's yours.
What is the capital of New Zealand?
I can ask
You
my
can ask
future
her.
wife. See, my... You don't know that. Huh? You don't know that.
Well, it's Wellington. It was named after the Duke of Wellington, I believe.
You have another chance. You have 1 wrong now. Don't get the next one wrong, or you're out of the game.
What is the capital of Egypt?
Egypt,
Talk it over.
Egypt is, I know. It's, Alexandria?
No, I'm sorry. It's Cairo.
Cairo.
Well,
They lost, huh?
they're out of the game, yes.
I'm sorry you missed 2 in a row. We don't want you to go away broke, so I'm going to ask you 1 question for $100, okay? All right, what city is famous for Boston baked beans?
Italy.
That's right. Italy is right. Sorry you didn't win more. Arrivederci. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Thanks. Very much. And thanks for being with us. You bet your life. And Bettina, you be sure to come back here next week.
And now, in just a moment, we'll find out if our first couple will try for a chance at the big money.
You're peering at a better home permanent through an all-new ventilated spin curler. And because you can see right through all new ventilated spin curlers, you get a lovelier, longer-lasting home permanent. Here's why. All new ventilated spin curlers have wide open spaces like this. They let your waving lotion work more thoroughly outside in, inside out. Your home permanent takes better than ever before. All new ventilated spin curlers come in 2 styles. Soft style for loose waves that last, and regular style for livelier curls. So get rid of your old-fashioned curlers. Get all new ventilated spin curlers.
All right, George, bring out our first couple, and we'll find out what they're going to do.
All right, Carol Jost and Emmanuel Klein, you come back, please.
You won $1,000 so far. Now you have a chance to win a lot more. Maybe even 10,000, or you can stop right here and keep your 1,000. If you decide to try for the big money and fail, you wind up with a total of $500. Now, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to come back, not because I'm smart, but because I won't sleep if I don't.
Now, what about you, Uncle Manny?
Well, I tell you, I've made a vow, and I have no right to abuse that. I want to stay with my vow.
You don't want to jeopardize your
that's
money,
right,
is that
yes.
it? Well, would you like to take a seat over there and see what happens?
Yes, I'll tell you.
I can tell you what's
Right
going to
here.
happen.
Manny, you know you get $500, so you can sit quietly and rest with your conscience. Are you ready? Now,
ready.
one answer between you. You know what this means now. You have a chance to win a lot more. If you fail, you wind up with a total of $250. Think
And I can't go home either.
there are many
Okay.
places you can go, Carol. Huh? But
Okay.
think of a number now between 1
I'm
and 10.
sorry.
And take a number,
2.
2, and give it a swing. Don't get discouraged yet.
I didn't want that to happen, no.
Why?
Because this is too much pressure now.
Oh. Your number was 2 and it landed on 2. So this question is worth $5,000.
Oh, goodbye.
Your number was 2. Okay, now are you ready? Now, one answer between you.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone's read the stories of King Arthur and his round table.
Oh, no.
For $5,000, I want to know the legendary town where King Arthur held his court. Think about it. Wait a minute. What do you say?
Wasn't Camelot.
It certainly was Camelot. There goes the husband, the poetry, the 3 children, and everything. Huh? Well, what are you going to do with that money?
Well, gosh, with 3 boys, our house is sort of busting at the seam. I think I'd like to make it a little bit bigger.
Well, that's wonderful. Congratulations for being with us. You bet your life.
Thank you, Groucho.
You're quite welcome.
Next week, You Bet Your Life will be brought to you by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. Now, here's Peggy Taylor.
And here's good news for you. Now you can buy this big and beautiful DeSoto 4-door sedan for only $2,732.25. That's the factory retail price. Of course, state and local taxes, transportation, and delivery charges are extra. Prices may vary according to individual dealer policy. Now move up to the luxurious new DeSoto. It's only $27.32.25.
Tonight, You Bet Your Life has been brought to you by new Creamy Prom.
That's the word prom, with the beauty secret cream.
And the secret of hair beauty is new Creamy Prom. Prom also brings you the Gary Moore program on another network. Consult your local paper for time and station. This is George Fenneman reminding you to tune in again at the same time for Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life.